It's the kind of news that punches you right in the gut as a Chiefs fan. Rashy Rice, one of the breakout stars in this offense and a player many expected to take a massive leap this season, has just been hit with a serious legal sentence. We're talking 30 days of jail time and 5 years of probation. And it's not just a rumor floating around social media. This comes directly from ESPN's Adam Schefter, who confirmed that a Dallas County judge handed down the decision stemming from Rice's role in that wild multi-car crash earlier this year in Texas. Now, if your first thought was, wait, jail time? You're not alone. Most of Chiefs Kingdom didn't see that one coming. It's not that anyone was excusing what Rice did. Let's be clear, his actions were reckless and absolutely had consequences. But a lot of people thought the punishment would be more like community service, house arrest, or a steep fine. So yeah, the jail component shocked a lot of people. The key detail here is that Rashy doesn't have to report to jail immediately. This 30-day sentence can actually be spread out over the next 5 years. Sounds strange, right? But that's how it works. He could technically serve the time a week here and a weekend there. Basically, it's not going to interrupt the NFL schedule directly. Still, this is a pretty dramatic twist in his young career. It also raises a bunch of new questions about his availability, the league's response, and, most importantly, what this means for the team's chemistry and game plan heading into the season. But before we dive into all that, I want to hear from you. What's your one-word reaction to this Rashy Rice news? Hit the comments and let me know what came to your mind first. Shocked, disappointed, predictable, unbelievable? I'll tell you mine in a bit, but let's get that conversation going down below. And hey, if you're new here or just stopping by, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. This is Total Chiefs News, and when breaking stories like this drop, we've got you covered fast, with context, reaction, and the analysis only a real Chiefs fan can deliver. Our goal is 5,000 subscribers, and every sub helps us get there. All right, let's break down what this sentence really means in legal terms, and what's likely coming next from the NFL. So let's really talk about what this sentence means, because the headline, 30 days in jail and 5 years probation, only tells part of the story. According to the judge's ruling, Rice will serve deferred adjudication. That means if he completes all the conditions of his probation, this case could eventually be dismissed. No conviction on record. It's like a second chance with strings attached, and those strings are serious. He'll have to follow the rules to the letter for the next 5 years. Now, here's what matters most to you as a Chiefs fan. Will this cost Rashy Rice game time? The short answer? Yes. It almost certainly will. The NFL waited for the court process to wrap up, and now that it has, they're expected to move fast. In the past, the league would sometimes suspend players while legal matters were still unfolding. But after some major PR missteps, they changed course. Now they wait for the courts, just like they did here, and then step in. So expect the hammer to fall soon. How long could he be out? That's the million-dollar question. Some insiders like Jeff Schwartz are predicting a 4 to 6 game suspension. Others think it could be as much as 8 to 10 games, depending on how the league views the severity of the incident. And it's not just about the crash, it's the optics. Speeding, reckless driving, putting lives at risk. That's going to factor into Roger Goodell's decision. Let's be real. This is a hit to the offense. The timing isn't great either, with the season opener creeping up fast. And while the jail sentence won't necessarily interrupt his playing time directly, the suspension absolutely will. And that's where things start to snowball. Less time on the field, less chemistry with Mahomes, and less room for error in a brutally competitive AFC. What do you think? Should the NFL come down hard here? Drop your vote in the comments. Yes, if you believe the league should hit Rashy Rice with a long suspension, or no if you think something like 4 games is already enough. No right or wrong here, just your take. And if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button to let us know you're staying locked in on this story. The legal side is almost done. But the football consequences? They're just getting started, and they might run deeper than you think. Now let's talk about what this actually means on the field, because no matter what happens in the courtroom or the commissioner's office, the Kansas City Chiefs still have a season to play. And expectations haven't changed one bit. Super Bowl or bust. And with Rashy Rice likely missing games, somebody's got to fill the void. Let's not forget, Rashy was becoming the guy in this offense. After years of everything flowing through Travis Kelce, things were starting to shift. Mahomes was building that real connection with Rice, especially during the early stretch of 2024. In just 4 games, he was looking like a legit top 10 receiver, explosive after the catch, physical on short routes, and a clear go-to guy when the play broke down. But now, that entire rhythm gets disrupted. The pressure immediately shifts to Xavier Worthy, the rookie burner who's shown flashes but hasn't been tested as the #1 option yet. That's a big leap, and while the talent is clearly there, relying on a rookie to carry the load early in the season is a risky bet. Remember, it took Worthy a while last year to get going. This year, he doesn't have that luxury. Then there's Hollywood Brown, the veteran with speed, experience, and a chip on his shoulder. This is his chance to make a real impact and prove he's more than a complimentary piece. And of course, we can't forget Travis Kelce. Even though he's a future Hall of Famer, the clock is ticking. You have to wonder, can he still be that reliable safety net for Mahomes early in the year while the younger guys adjust? It's a lot to ask of one group, but the Chiefs have done it before. They survived without Rashy last year, even made it to the Super Bowl. But let's not sugarcoat it. The offense looked clunky without him. Timing was off. Separation was a struggle. If they want to hit the ground running this season, someone needs to elevate their game fast. Who do you think needs to step up the most while Rice is out? Drop a name in the comments, Worthy, Kelce, or Hollywood, and tell me why. Your take matters, and you never know when your comment might end up featured in a future video. And hey, if you're still watching, make sure you hit that notification bell. We've got camp reports, preseason previews, and full breakdowns coming, and you're not going to want to miss a second of it. Up next, let's talk about the future. Not just the 2024 season, but beyond. Should the Chiefs even think about signing Rashy Rice to an extension after all this? Here's the question that's starting to gain steam. Should the Chiefs still extend Rashy Rice? It's not just about 2024 anymore. This is a second-round pick entering his 3rd year. No 5th-year option, no real contract protection, and now he's got legal issues, suspension concerns, and injury history all attached to his name. That's a complicated situation for any front office to navigate, especially one that's always thinking 3 years ahead like Brett Veach. On one hand, you've seen the upside. Rashy Rice had a phenomenal rookie campaign. Over 900 yards, 7 touchdowns, and he was even better in the playoffs. Then, in early 2024, before the injury, he was putting up numbers that looked like a true WR1. In the Mahomes era, that kind of chemistry with a young receiver is gold. But this off-field issue changes the conversation. Big time. Let's be honest here. When a player gets into legal trouble, especially something this high profile, it changes how the team views them long term. Suddenly, trust becomes part of the contract equation. Availability becomes a concern. And when you're talking about a big second contract, the Chiefs have to ask, is he worth it? Then there's Rice's side of the table. With legal fees and future uncertainty looming, he might want to chase the biggest payday possible. That could mean no hometown discount, which makes negotiations tricky. If the Chiefs want to keep flexibility for Mahomes, Kelce, Creed Humphrey, and others, they might not have room to match a big money deal for Rice. So let me ask you directly, would you give Rashy Rice a second contract? Type Y for yes or N for no in the comments. Let me know why. What would you do if you were running this team? Also, if you're still with me, we're pushing hard to hit 5,000 subscribers before the season kicks off. So take a second and hit that sub button. It really helps. Now, coming up, We'll close things out with what happens next and how this team keeps pushing forward with or without Rice. So here we are. Rashy Rice is facing a suspension, dealing with probation, and trying to stay on the right track, both legally and professionally. The next few weeks are going to tell us a lot about his mindset, about the NFL's final ruling, and about the Chiefs' confidence in their depth chart without him. One thing is clear. This team doesn't have the luxury of sitting still. Training camp is rolling, week 1 is coming fast, and the margin for error in the AFC is razor thin. The first priority? Keep the offense functional without Rice. That means Xavier Worthy has to come out hot. Not in week 6 or 7, but right away. He's the guy now. The Chiefs brought him in to be explosive, to stretch defenses, and to create problems on the outside. Now all eyes are on him. No more easing in, no more waiting for reps. It's go time. At the same time, Travis Kelce needs to dig deep. I know we talked earlier about saving him for the postseason, but let's be real. The team needs some of that vintage Kelce in September just to hold things down. A few big games early could make a huge difference while the rest of the offense finds its rhythm. And as for Rice, his path back won't just depend on his play. He's going to have to prove he can stay focused, stay clean, and earn back the trust of the locker room and the front office. That starts now. Every team meeting, every rehab session, every media appearance. He's not just playing for stats anymore. He's playing for his future. So what do you think? How many games do you believe Rice will actually miss this season? Drop your prediction in the comments. I'm curious to see how optimistic or realistic you're feeling right now. And if you made it this far, you're clearly one of the diehards. Go ahead and hit that like button to show you're still backing this team no matter what. Good or bad, we're riding together. More updates are coming soon, and you can bet we'll be covering every step of the journey right here on Total Chiefs News.